To transform your life, the first step is to get absolutely clear on what you want. But this clarity is not just about setting vague goals or following what others expect of you. It's about truly understanding what excites you, what makes you feel alive, and what your heart desires. This is where your vision begins. It's the picture of the future you want to create, one that is uniquely yours. This vision will be your compass. It will help you navigate through the ups and downs, the challenges and the triumphs. When things get tough, and they will, you'll come back to this vision and remind yourself of why you started. The clearer the vision, the stronger your sense of purpose. It becomes the fuel that powers your decisions, your habits, and your actions. Take a moment to sit quietly, reflect, and let your mind wander. What do you see when you picture your life a year from now? Maybe you envision a career that fills you with passion, or a sense of inner peace that allows you to move through life with ease. Maybe it's healthier relationships, deeper self-love, or financial freedom. Whatever it is, get into the details. What does it look like? How does it feel to live that life? What are you doing day to day in this ideal life? The more vivid and specific your vision, the more real it will feel, and the more it will drive you forward. Your vision must reflect your true self, what truly matters to you, not what others expect or what society says you should want. This is your life, and your vision should be as unique as you are. The more honest and authentic you are in this process, the more motivated and determined you'll be to turn that vision into reality. Taking time to define your vision isn't a quick process, but it's the most important one. It's not just about imagining success, it's about clearly defining it in a way that resonates with your heart, and then making the commitment to go after it. Once you've identified the milestones, break them down even further into smaller, more manageable tasks. These tasks are the daily or weekly actions that will keep you moving forward. If a goal is to read 12 books in a year to grow your knowledge, break it down into reading a chapter a day or finishing one book a month. By doing this, you take what might feel like an overwhelming vision and make it feel achievable, one step at a time. Once you've defined your vision, the next step is to break it down into clear, actionable goals. A vision is a beautiful, big picture idea, but in order to make it a reality, you need to translate that dream into smaller, tangible steps that you can work on every day. It's about turning that wide horizon into a map that you can follow. By breaking your vision into achievable goals, you create a clear, organized plan that moves you forward with purpose. These goals become the small victories that build momentum, making the larger vision feel not only possible but inevitable. When you create these smaller goals, make sure they are specific, measurable, and time-bound. For example, instead of saying, "I want to get fit," you could say, "I will exercise 3 times a week for 30 minutes for the next 3 months." This clarity helps you stay on track and gives you a way to measure your progress. Without clear, actionable goals, it's easy to feel lost or stagnant as you work toward your vision. Start by looking at your vision and asking yourself, what are the key milestones I need to hit to get there? These milestones are the goals that, when achieved, will gradually bring you closer to that larger picture. It could be something as simple as learning a new skill, reaching a specific financial target, or building stronger habit. For example, if your vision involves having a successful career, a key goal might be completing a certification, applying for a specific job, or networking within your industry. Commitment to daily habits is where the magic happens. It's not enough to simply have a vision or even set goals. Success is created in the quiet moments when you show up for yourself every single day. The difference between those who achieve their dreams and those who don't is often found in the routines they develop. It's in the small, consistent actions that compound over time and turn into significant results. Another important aspect of breaking down your vision is to be flexible. While it's essential to have a roadmap, life has a way of throwing curveballs. Some of your goals may need to be adjusted along the way. The important thing is to keep the bigger picture in mind and allow for flexibility in how you get there. Sometimes the path may change, but the destination remains the same. The beauty of daily habits lies in their ability to create progress without needing constant motivation. Motivation can be fleeting, but habits are grounded in consistency. When you commit to a habit, it becomes a part of who you are. Over time, these actions become automatic and require less mental energy. The more consistent you are, the easier it becomes to stay on track. It's about training your mind and body to expect this commitment. and make it a natural part of your routine. Start by identifying the habits that will directly contribute to your success. These should align with your goals and the vision you've set for your life. For example, if you want to improve your health, a daily habit might be exercising for 30 minutes each morning. If your goal is to write a book, your habit might be to write 500 words every day, no matter what. These habits should be non-negotiable, something you do every single day without fail, no matter how tired or busy you are. Start small. It's easy to overwhelm yourself by thinking you need to do everything all at once. But sustainable change is built through gradual, manageable steps. Begin with 1 or 2 habits and make them solid before adding more. If your goal is to meditate every morning, start with 5 minutes a day. Once that becomes ingrained, gradually increase the time. Small victories lead to big results. One of the most powerful aspects of daily habits is their cumulative effect. When you stick to your habits day in and day out, even on the days when it feels like nothing is happening, you're still moving forward. It's like planting a seed. You may not see the growth immediately, but with regular care, something incredible begins to take shape beneath the surface. Days turn into weeks, weeks into months, and before you know it, you'll look back and see just how far you've come. Another key element is tracking your progress. Keeping track of your habits, whether it's through a journal, an app, or a simple checklist, helps hold you accountable. It reminds you of your commitment and gives you a visual representation of how much you've achieved. And trust me, that sense of accomplishment, even from the smallest steps, will keep you motivated to continue. When life gets tough, and it will, daily habits are the anchor that will keep you grounded on days when you feel overwhelmed. Sticking to your habits can provide structure and a sense of control. Even when other parts of your life may be uncertain, the power of consistent habits can keep you moving forward, one day at a time. It's important to remember that habits are not a one-size-fits-all solution. What works for one person may not work for another, and that's okay. The key is finding the habits that best support your unique goals and vision. And no matter what habits you choose, the most important thing is to be committed to them. Stay consistent, stay patient, and trust that over time, these habits will shape the future you've dreamed of. Setbacks are an inevitable part of any journey. They can come in many forms: unexpected challenges, failures, detours, or times when things just don't go according to plan. But here's the truth: setbacks don't define you. What truly matters is how you respond to them. The ability to bounce back, to adapt, and to keep moving forward, that's where resilience is born. Resilience is not about avoiding difficulties. It's about facing them head on and using them as opportunities to grow stronger. Resilience is about shifting your perspective. Instead of viewing a setback as a failure, start seeing it as an opportunity to refine your approach. Maybe the method you were using wasn't the best, or perhaps you need to develop a new skill. A setback could reveal a weakness you weren't aware of, or it could teach you a new way of doing things that will make you stronger in the long run. When you approach challenges with a mindset of growth, you begin to see them as part of your process, rather than obstacles that stand in your way. When a setback occurs, it's easy to get discouraged. You might feel like giving up, like your dreams are slipping away, but it's in these moments that you must remind yourself that a setback is not a permanent roadblock. It's simply a detour, a temporary pause in the bigger picture. And the most important thing you can do in those moments is to pause, take a breath, and assess the situation from a place of clarity. Don't let the emotions of frustration or disappointment cloud your judgment. Step back and look at the setback as a learning experience. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? What's the lesson here? Another aspect of resilience is embracing the idea of perseverance. There will be times when it feels like you've hit a wall, but it's in these moments that your persistence will make all the difference. Resilience doesn't mean that you won't feel defeated at times or that you won't struggle. It means that you keep going anyway. It's the decision to get back up every time you fall. It's showing up even when it's hard, and trusting that every step forward, no matter how small, is progress. In addition to perseverance, resilience requires flexibility. Life has a funny way of throwing curveballs, and sometimes things don't go as planned. It's important to remember that you don't have to stick to a plan that clearly isn't working. Resilience isn't about stubbornly sticking to a failing path. It's about having the courage to change course when needed. Be open to adjusting your approach, learning from your mistakes, and trying new ways of reaching your goals. Flexibility allows you to keep moving forward even if it's not in the direction you initially thought. Finally, remember that resilience doesn't mean you have to do it alone. Seek support when you need it. Reach out to mentors, friends, or loved ones who can offer guidance, encouragement, and a fresh perspective. Resilience is about building your inner strength, but it's also about recognizing when you need help and allowing yourself to lean on others. There's strength in asking for support, and it's often through these connections that you gain the wisdom and strength to move forward. Resilience also means taking care of your mental and emotional health throughout the process. When you're facing challenges, it's easy to become overwhelmed and let negativity take hold. But self-compassion is key. Be kind to yourself in the moments of struggle. It's okay to feel frustrated, but don't let those feelings define you. Take time to rest, recharge, and reflect. Giving yourself permission to feel your emotions without judgment is a crucial part of staying resilient. Self-care is not a sign of weakness. It's a reminder that you are human and you deserve to show yourself love even during tough times. In the end, setbacks are not the end of your journey. They are simply a part of the story. Resilience is the muscle you build as you navigate through those tough moments. It's the ability to adapt, learn, and rise again each time life knocks you down. It's in those moments that you prove to yourself just how strong you truly are. It's easy to get caught up in the pursuit of the next goal, the next milestone, the next achievement. But in doing so, we often overlook the importance of celebrating the small wins along the way. These small victories are not just insignificant steps. They are powerful affirmations that you're moving in the right direction. Each time you achieve something, no matter how minor it may seem in the grand scheme of things, you've taken one more step closer to your vision. That deserves to be recognized and celebrated. Celebrating your wins, both big and small, is an essential part of the journey. When you pause to acknowledge your progress, you give yourself the permission to feel pride, satisfaction, and joy in what you've accomplished. It serves as a reminder that you are capable, that your hard work is paying off, and that you are worthy of success. Celebrations don't always have to be grand gestures. They can be as simple as taking a moment to appreciate how far you've come, or rewarding yourself in a way that feels meaningful to you. Whether it's treating yourself to something you enjoy, sharing your achievements with loved ones, or simply taking a quiet moment to reflect and say, "I did that." Celebrating wins also fuels motivation. The act of acknowledging what you've achieved creates a positive feedback loop. Each win builds your confidence, which in turn propels you to keep moving forward. When you celebrate, you're reminding yourself that progress is happening, even when it feels like it's slow. Those small wins become the building blocks of your greater success. If you wait until the very end of the journey to celebrate, you might miss out on the many moments of growth that are happening along the way. By honoring those moments, you not only boost your morale, but you also deepen your connection to your purpose and your why. Celebrating your wins also allows you to stay present. So often, we're fixated on what's next, but the present moment is where true growth happens. When you celebrate, you're giving yourself the space to bask in the accomplishment of now, rather than racing ahead toward the next thing. Taking the time to celebrate helps you savor the success you've earned and teaches you to live more fully in the moment. As you move through the year, there will come a time when you need to stop and reflect. Reflection is a crucial part of progress because it allows you to look back on the steps you've taken, assess what's working, and determine what needs to be adjusted. It's not about perfection, it's about gaining insight into the journey and using that wisdom to make informed decisions moving forward. Every step along the way, no matter how small, matters. Every win is a piece of the bigger picture. So, take time to celebrate and let that celebration fuel your continued success. When you acknowledge the victories in your journey, you not only honor the work you've put in, but you also reinforce your commitment to the bigger vision. When you reflect, think about the goals you set, the habits you committed to, and the obstacles you've faced. What are the patterns you see? Are you making the progress you envisioned? Often we get so caught up in the hustle of everyday life that we fail to take a step back and really ask ourselves whether we're heading in the right direction. Reflection gives you the opportunity to pause, to assess your progress, and to get clear about whether your current approach is working or needs tweaking. Sometimes we find that the path we set for ourselves no longer feels right. You may realize that your original goals no longer resonate with your true desires, or that some goals were set too high or too low. It's completely normal for your vision to evolve as you grow and learn more about yourself along the way. Reflection is your opportunity to realign your actions with the person you're becoming. There's power in acknowledging when something no longer serves you or when you're ready for a new challenge. Adjusting your goals or strategies doesn't mean failure. It's simply a recalibration towards something that fits better with your values and aspirations. Equally important is reflecting on the challenges you've faced. Every setback holds valuable lessons that, if embraced, can serve as stepping stones for growth. When you look back on difficult moments, ask yourself, what did this teach me? How did this setback push me to grow? What skills did I develop in overcoming this? The key is not to dwell on the mistakes or failures, but to understand how those experiences have shaped you. By viewing challenges through a lens of learning, you empower yourself to move forward stronger, more equipped, and more prepared for the next chapter. It's important to remember that celebrating is not a form of self-congratulation or ego. It's an act of self-recognition and appreciation. You're not just patting yourself on the back. You're honoring the effort, determination, and perseverance it took to get to where you are. And through this act of celebration, you continue to build the resilience and drive to keep moving forward. As you reflect, also think about the habits and daily actions you've committed to. Have they been helping you move closer to your goals? Are there habits that no longer serve you, or perhaps ones you've been neglecting? Daily habits are powerful because they shape the trajectory of your life, but not every habit you start will work forever. Sometimes you need to adjust the routine to better fit your current needs, or to challenge yourself in new ways. Reflection gives you the clarity to see what's working and what's not, so you can make small course corrections that will lead to greater effectiveness. Adjusting doesn't always mean abandoning what you've been doing. Sometimes it's about refining the process. Maybe you need to tweak your time management, focus on building more consistency, or perhaps it's time to push yourself beyond your comfort zone. Adjustments could also come in the form of bringing in new knowledge or seeking advice from others. Don't be afraid to ask for feedback or gain new perspectives. It's through this continuous cycle of reflection and adjustment that you ensure you're growing and adapting rather than staying stagnant. Believing in your power to transform is one of the most important gifts you can give yourself. It's about trusting that you have the strength, the resources, and the ability to shape your own future, no matter where you start or where you are now. Transformation doesn't come from external factors. It begins within you. It starts with the unwavering belief that you are capable of growth, of change, and of becoming the person you desire to be. As you look back, be kind to yourself. Reflection is not a time for self-criticism, but for self-awareness and growth. Recognize the progress you've made, celebrate the lessons learned, and be open to making the necessary changes that will help you move closer to your vision. Adjusting your course doesn't mean you're starting over. It means you're building on what you've already created, taking what you've learned and applying it to become the person you're meant to be. Through reflection and adjustment, you become more aligned with your true self and the life you're creating. When you truly believe in your power to transform, you stop seeing challenges as roadblocks and start seeing them as opportunities. Each obstacle becomes a chance to learn, to grow, and to build the resilience that will carry you to your goals. You stop feeling defeated by setbacks and instead find ways to navigate them, knowing that each experience, no matter how difficult, is contributing to your growth. Transformation isn't a linear path, it's a winding, unpredictable journey, and the belief in your power is what allows you to keep moving forward even when the road ahead feels unclear. At the core of transformation is the belief that your past does not define your future. Your mistakes, your struggles, your failures, they are not the end of your story, they are simply part of the journey. Every moment, every experience is an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to evolve. When you believe in your ability to transform, you free yourself from the limiting belief that who you are today is all you can ever be. You embrace the idea that you are constantly evolving and that today's version of you is just the beginning of a much larger story. As you stand at the threshold of your own transformation, remember this. You hold the key to your future in your hands. The power to create the life you desire, to turn your vision into reality, lies within you. It's not about waiting for the perfect moment or the perfect conditions. It's about taking action, showing up every day, and believing in the incredible strength you possess to make changes, overcome challenges, and achieve your goals. So, with a clear vision, achievable goals, consistent habits, resilience in the face of setbacks, and a commitment to celebrate your wins, you can and will transform your life in ways you never thought possible. Believe in your potential, trust the journey. Your one-year success plan isn't just a roadmap, it's a testament to the greatness within you. This is your time. The transformation starts now.